Hey travelers, welcome back to another episode of Canadian Star Wars Outpost. If you're new to the channel, my name is Greg, and I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe to let YouTube know that I'm making okay videos. So obviously, as you guys can see, we will be reviewing the Scout Trooper Black Series helmet. This is actually my second helmet that I've bought from the Black Series collection. I started with the Lego helmet displays. I bought all of those, I really enjoy them. And I ended up buying the Darth Vader Black Series helmet. And then I saw this guy, which was one I didn't want to pass on, so I knew it was going to sell pretty crazy from all the groups that everyone's been talking about it for a while. And the Scout Trooper is one of my favorite helmets, so I didn't want to pass on this opportunity. And I actually might start looking into grabbing a couple more down the road. I do really like the Bo-Katan helmet and all that stuff. But this is the new Scout Trooper helmet, so I actually ordered this in Canada about a week ago. It's actually supposed to be released August 1st for shipping, but I bought it from GameStop and they sent it to me early, which is a win. It ended up costing me with GameStop shipping and buying it, so I believe shipping was free, but it was about $185, $190 plus tax, which came up to about $220 for this guy. So I just got it, so let's come up close and check out the box. All right, so here's the box up close. So like a normal Black Series helmet, they have just like the action figures that they carry, they have the kind of overall view of the trooper, the front view of the helmet, another view of the helmet, plus the mechanics right here on the left-hand side of just what the helmet does. So it opens and closes. And the back view of the helmet with the helmet open. Obviously, this is the Scout Trooper premium electronic helmet, so there is a mic and speaker inside to distort your voice a little bit, but from all the previous helmets I've seen, they don't do very well, so we'll kind of see what happens here. But here we go. So let's open this guy up and see what's inside. All right, so I'm gonna crack this guy open. Couple pieces of tape here. So yeah, like I was saying before, this is actually my second helmet that I've bought from the Black Series collection. I've seen a lot of videos on them. I just wasn't really into it at the time, but as you know, my collection has gone on, it is something I'm looking into. They have released a bunch of them, and I know some of them are already discontinued, like the Kylo Ren and stuff. This helmet is just, the Scout Trooper is my favorite, you know, costume or outfit ever since I've watched Star Wars, and this one I just didn't want to pass up on. I just knew it was going to sell pretty crazy, and from all the Facebook groups I'm in, I'm seeing everyone's grabbing it, and it's actually sold out on Amazon in Canada already. I'm not sure. I have to look, but I'm not sure what GameStop, if they still have some. But so we'll move this over here. All right. So when you open the box, you have some instruction manual. This looks like possibly the chin strap. And from the previous videos I've seen, they actually give you an extra piece of fabric to put on top of the helmet if you need more padding. And the helmet itself. Tissue paper off this guy. So here we are. Here is the helmet. So here's the front side view. I'll do a close-up for you guys to get more of a better view. But front, right side, the back, and the left side. So looking at this guy straight on, this looks really good. I actually think this is one of the better helmets, but again, it's still my favorite, so it might be a little biased, but this looks super good straight on. This seems to just pop up nice and easy. So obviously with all the Black Series helmets, at least the one I've owned and the reviews I've seen, they always put in a nice interior. So this always looks really good, a little bit more details in the front. Here, obviously not as good as Darth Vader's, but I feel like with the Darth Vader being a three-piece, they need a little bit more detail to highlight things. But nonetheless, still looks really good. It's not just blank interior like some of the Nova helmets I've seen too. So they add a little bit more, and then this padding I believe will fit right back on here. There's a couple of Velcro pieces for that to stick on there and make things a little bit more comfortable for you. And here's the back. So obviously this is going to be where your batteries go, I believe. Is there really not a cover for this? You would think there would be a cover for this to kind of match the venting here, but that is a bit interesting, unless this is it here. So we'll open these guys up and see what else is in here. Here are your extra pieces. So here's your padding. This is the cover if they cover the battery panel. Thank God they have that, because I was gonna say. And here's a chin strap, which is actually made out of, definitely it's a rubber. That's the word I'm looking for. But there's the chin strap. One thing I've noticed already is just the seam lines on this guy are very thick. But again, for a toy and not for screen accuracy, I can't really complain too much. I think it all over looks really slick. You have your vents on your back. Vents on the back here, obviously I think the speaker comes out of one of these guys. And yeah, so this just clips in here. It looks like. Yeah, so that just clips in there. Yeah, thank God for that. But again, giant seam lines in the back, obviously, for the battery pack to change the voice. It is what it is, nothing too bad. I do like that they have the decal on the side, so they match that up really nice. And then the dots here. And for the shape, I actually don't mind this. I've seen a couple of videos where people, aren't the biggest fans, but this does look like it is a lot of pieces. I mean, I feel like they could have sealed this up, so I'll come a little closer for you guys to see everything. But they still have the mic piece here for the Trooper, which I think still looks solid. I think straight on this helmet looks really solid. The eyepiece looks really good. So let's take a close-up look, and I'll kind of point out the little flaws that I noticed anyways, and kind of go from there. All right, everyone, so here's the helmet up close. So this is the front here, and I think this looks spectacular. The front on view looks really nice. And then we will go to the right side of the helmet. So obviously, again, when you're looking at this stuff, a couple seam lines really stand out. Obviously, this is for the helmet to open up and down. So I mean, what do you really want out of it? But yes, there are some definite seam lines here that they use to, piece it together. And here is your back, which again, I don't think looks too bad. Nothing I can complain about, but obviously with a mic piece being here, obviously giant seam lines, because that needs to be patched in there. And then on the top here, you have this big seam line here around the dome of the helmet. And I believe this is just its own piece as well. So obviously when you lift it, you can notice that this piece here doesn't move at all. So it's obviously just one. It looks like it's probably 3 pieces put together. And here is the left side of the helmet. Same idea, obviously, as the right. Although there's a line here, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there. I'm gonna say no, because there isn't one on the other side. So another big seam lines, just a lot of big seam lines, but the decal looks really nice. And back to the front. And the goggle size, or like where you look out of, looks precise. It doesn't look too big, too small. I think they did a great job on that. So let's put the chin guard on it and see what it looks like. All right, everyone, so I got this thing on my head. So I actually added in the extra padding and put the strap on. This helmet strap, or the chin strap, does not sit very well. I had it tightened up much more tighter, but it's super uncomfortable and presses in and kind of actually drives into your throat and not onto your chin like it should. I actually added in some batteries too, just for you guys to get an idea of what the voice changer sounds like. It does not sound good, just like all the Black Series ones, they don't sound good. But I threw them in just for you guys to, kind of check it out. But I can tell you right now, if you have a larger head, I have a pretty small head. I can't tell you my hat size, but it's not very, I don't have a big head. This thing is tight on my head. So if you have a larger head, this will not fit you. That's one thing I really want to point out, is this thing is pretty small. But anyways, I'm going to fold this down just for you guys to hear the voice changer. So I am pretty impressed of where they actually put the button on this one. Unlike the First Order Stormtrooper, where it kind of just sits on the side, or other helmets that I've seen, This helmet sits properly, and the voice changer is actually right under here. It's just a little button, so it's not anything you would really notice on the helmet itself. Excuse me. I'm going to slide this down just so you guys see what it looks like. The weight also does, the front mask has a lot of weight on it, so as you can see it falls on my face. It doesn't really sit up properly. I'm sure if you had the strap in much tighter it might sit a little bit better, but it's super uncomfortable. So I'm just going to slide this down and give you guys what the voice changer sounds like. So this is the helmet down, and the vision in it's actually really nice. I can see pretty well in it, but I'll turn the voice changer on. Just like all the Black Series helmet, it does not sound good. So this is the voice changer. I almost sound like I'm Kylo Ren. Like I don't sound like a stormtrooper at all. It's very distorted is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it's not very good. So I'm going to take the batteries out. Yeah, so I'm just going to take the batteries out and display this helmet just as a display unit. You know, a lot of people forget that when they are displaying the helmets to make sure to take batteries out or don't have any batteries, because that's the one thing that happens when it goes to reselling these things in the future. You know, the battery pack is corroded. So that's something I would always recommend, but that's really it for today, everyone. So I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. See ya.